Sariel goes to Marcus's aid. They camp there for the rest of the day. She also manages to patch herself up somewhat. So I'm adding 4 more rolls because they're gonna stay there a full day while Marcus recovers enough to continue. Alright, let's go back to our rolls. Though, since that took a while, I'm gonna nerf the encounter roll to 1d12, so on a 1 on 1d12 we get an encounter. I will do 4 rolls where I only roll for encounters, and then I'll go back to the other type of roll, since they'll be moving again. So roll number 7. What are we gonna get? That is an 8, so nothing. Then we have another 8. Our next roll is an encounter. Oh well. The night passes. Sariel and Marcus are recovering slowly. But in the morning, on the day after their encounter with the Kappa, something else comes along. Let's go to the encounter table. Oh, come on now. I get another 11? Another Kappa. Yay! I guess I'm in Kappa territory here. On the morning after the fight against the frog monster, Sariel is suddenly awakened by a subtle sound. She was kind of on guard duty. She has her crossbow beside her, and she was like dozing off because it's morning. And then, oh, what's that? So, it'll be a wisdom contest. I'm not gonna give a bonus to the Kappa because it's the desert. I don't think a water monster should be good at sneaking in the desert. So, it's just gonna be 2 straight rolls, one against the other. Ooh. Wow, it gets a great roll. So, Sariel is gonna be surprised. Oh great. Suddenly, a monster jumps on Sariel. Crap, it's another one of those frogmen. Please don't kill my Sariel. Well, I guess I got my wish. Thankfully, Sariel's Gambeson absorbs all the strikes. So since Sariel has a crossbow at hand, and a crossbow, I mean, once it's loaded, you can just shoot it. I will let her have a shot at the crossbow. Hopefully, it hits and does a ton of damage. Oh yeah. Oh no. What a rotten luck. So it does 1 HG of damage. Well, it could have done 2 or 4. Sariel shoots her crossbow right in the face of the monster, but its damned scaly skin absorbs most of the impact. Three and 11. 6 plus 5. Yeah, the 11 hits. I will roll for damage straight away. That's 1 hit point. The monster causes a small wound with a claw strike. She's at 7 HP. So Sariel switches for her dirk because she's not gonna reload a crossbow in the monster's face. And she attacks. Good. That's gonna be a hit again. Nice. 5 plus 2 is 7. So it's 2 hit points of damage. Sariel buries her blade into the monster's flesh, dealing a nasty wound in the process. Boom. And the monster will do a morale check because it's at half life. And that's usually when I make monsters, especially when they're feral, do a check. What's that? That's a 4 plus a 6. So it's a 10. Well, he passes it, but barely. But he sucks, so it doesn't connect. Oh no, hang on. The 9 actually connects. Woof, I almost did a bad. I hope I didn't miss other attacks previously because of that. Uh-oh. Okay, well, rolling 1 wound. It is 1 HP. One of the monster's attacks get through Sariel's Gambeson. So she's at 6 HP. Oof. Horrible attack. Sariel misses her strike due to the pain. 6 and 2. Really bad attack. Oh, to me that looks between 2 and 18. I'm just gonna roll it again. That was like a weird... 15, yeah, that's a hit. Come on, Sariel. That's a 5, so 1 hit die. Sariel lands a small blow. Monster again. 5, nope, and 18, yeah, that's a hit. Let's roll right there, and that's 1 hit point. The monster grazes Sariel with his claw, so she's at 5 HP, and meanwhile Marcus is too weak to help. He's just lying unconscious in a nearby tent. Come on, Sariel. Please, please, you can finish this. You can finish this, girl. Yes! Okay. Come on, what will it be? Yes! 6 plus 2, 8. That is 2 HD of damage. Sariel stabs the Kappa in a vital organ, and it dies at once. Another Kappa down. Sheesh. Alright. So, they'll just resume their sleep. Sariel patches herself up a little bit, because that's how it works in Scarlet Heroes, so she's back to 7. And we'll just continue rolling, as if nothing ever happened. The last roll, for when they're just kind of resting where they are, before Marcus can go back to walking at least. That's a 6. So nothing happens. Marcus wakes up to a disheveled-looking Sariel.
Don't worry about me. Let's just get to Rumah as fast as possible. This place is hellish.
And now we'll be back to rolling 2 dice, but one of them will be a d12 because we already had 2 encounters, and that's a lot. 7 and 5, so nothing. 2 and 12, nothing again. 3 and 9, still nothing. 10 and 3, same as before. 2 and 6, no news, good news. And finally, are they gonna find something just outside of Rumah? No. Whew, I'm glad. So, that was it for our little use of the Wilderness Adventure Rules. And now we'll resume to our Mythic proceeds with a scene. Our protagonists have finally arrived in Rumah, so we'll begin scene 5, because I'm counting the 2 encounters are as separate scenes, and we're on Chaos 7 because, well, I added +1 in Chaos for each encounter. So I expect that Marcus and Sariel will finally meet their quest giver, they will show them the elephant statuette, and they'll get a new task. We need to roll an 8 or over on a d10 to have this exact thing happen, Otherwise, something random could interject, or we might need to alter the scene. And we do. A 5 is an odd roll, so we get altered scene. This time I will use a slightly different way of altering a scene. So we'll roll another d10 and we'll use the scene adjustment table. That is a 3, which gives us reduce or remove an activity. So I'll just say that instead of encountering their quest giver, we'll go to the next most logical thing, and they meet an intermediary, an envoy of sorts. So I will be using u.com to come up with the intermediary and to have a little bit of knowledge about their boss, because at this point in the game we gotta know about who gave us the quest. So here's my prompt. I'm playing a fantasy game. My character was given a task to steal an ancient scroll from a merchant. Now my character is meeting with an envoy of the person who gave me the task. I need you to flesh out the 3 following possibilities. Either the envoy is from a rival merchant, a nobleman hungry for power, or a wizard seeking to study the artifact. For each possibility, give me a short 50-word description of the envoy's boss and why they want the Sword of Azathoth, described by the scroll. And give me a 50-word description of the envoy themselves. The envoy should match with the boss that sent them and be creative. Hopefully it'll work. Then I will choose the one I like the most. Here was what we have. A rival merchant's envoy, Kaldor the Cunning, who employs cutthroat tactics, and he wants the Sword of Azathoth to gain competitive edge in the market. We could do the power-hungry nobleman's envoy, which is Lord Reginald Darkmoor, I like the name, who wants influence and control over the realm. He seeks the sword to solidify his position and sway the kingdom to his will. That sounds legit. Or the wizard's envoy, Archmage Aurelia Firebane, good name again, who wants the ancient secrets hidden within the sword to enhance her own magical abilities. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna read each prompt in more detail and then I'll read out the one I choose. I will go with number 2, the power-hungry nobleman. The power-hungry nobleman's boss, Lord Reginald Darkmoor, is a ruthless aristocrat who craves influence and control over the realm. He seeks the Sword of Azathoth to solidify his position and sway the kingdom to his will. The envoy, Sir Tristan Bloodwood, is a charismatic knight skilled in diplomacy and espionage. He uses his chivalrous facade to mask his true intentions, carrying out Lord Reginald's bidding with cunning and grace. That is something we know, but that is not something that Sariel or Marcus know. It's gonna be interesting to see if Sir Tristan is able to deceive them.
Let me introduce myself,
says a charming and well-built young man, dressed in fine linens.
I am Tristan Bloodwood. I am a knight.
Sariel notices the arming sword on his hip. Is Sariel charmed by her first impression of the knight? I'm making this a Wisdom 13 check, which is a hard check. She gets a 12, which is not quite enough to not get charmed, but I will say she's just a little bit charmed. She's willing to hear him out. She's not suspicious. Sariel gives him a smile as she shakes his hand. Marcus remarks, "If you are a knight, then our employer must be highborn. And that explains why the reward is so good. Does Tristan tell the truth? I think that's very unlikely." 14. Well, that is a yes, surprisingly.
Why, yes. I suppose I can reveal who has been sending you on this errand of sorts. I serve Lord Reginald Darkmoor of Darkmoor Castle. Ever since his retainers told him about the mythical city of Sand, he has been tracking down evidence of its existence. But it would appear that this project occupies the mind of more than one man. When my master reached out to Salazar, the merchant, that swine rebuked my lord. Naturally, a Darkmoor will not let himself be disgraced so easily. Since your reputation precedes you, here you are. Now, where is that scroll?
They proceed to tell him about the situation with the scroll and show him the elephant.
Ha! I am pleased to see you are not coming to me empty-handed. Yes, I agree. This statuette must be part of the mystery. Very well, stay here. We shall meet at this location in 4 days. Then you shall be given half of the reward agreed upon, on account of complications with this thief you speak of.
I have a couple questions to wrap up this scene. First of all, is Dario also working for the Lord? I think that's a possibility, but I think it's unlikely. And I will roll these last few questions as if my chaos factor was 5, because I don't want to skew the results. 83. That is a no. Can Darkmoor and his henchmen, or servants, or however you want to call them, can they contact Dario to convince him to give up the scroll? They're gonna try to just solve this with money if they can. That would be the easiest way of going about it. I think there's a 50-50 chance. I mean, in the flashback, Dario wanted money. But maybe Dario heard about the tale. And maybe Dario is out there to find the city and the sword for himself. Yes or no? 53. That is a very narrow no. Alright. Well, I'll leave us here on this cliffhanger. Dario is probably somewhere out there, but the Lord won't be able to contact him, and we don't really know when we're gonna see him again. What is Sir Tristan going to do when he comes back in 4 days? We'll see. This is the end of Act 2. In the next act, we'll finally start the dungeon. The Lost City of Sand. First, we have to find it. And this little statuette should be of great help to help us do just that. I hope you'll join me on that next episode. I plan to do at least 2 more. And I hope you've been enjoying this series. Leave a like and a comment if you want to encourage me. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!